Hey guys, sorry for the weird lighting and the fan. I know it's probably annoying. But I wanted to talk to y'all today about ending my nomadic journey. Because the past few days have, and even things building up to that, have made me realize that um, I can't sustain this kind of lifestyle. Like, it's just not working for me. And it definitely is fun and adventurous and all of that, don't get me wrong, but there's just so much mentally that is getting too exhausting for me. Like I'm having mental breakdowns every couple days, and I used to be like that when I was maybe at my worst mental health wise, when I was probably like 16, 17, but I haven't done that like since then, like hardly at all. Like Columbus, I hardly had any of those kind of moments, and I'm concerned, and I just don't think it's actually healthy for me on a mental or emotional level. And I understand that pushing yourself can cause that like inner friction to happen, but it's to the point where like it's causing me to go crazy. It's limiting my capacity to do things, and it just makes all of these trips not fun because when I'm so busy being in my own brain that I don't even get to experience stuff, it's just like, it's like, what is the point? You know what I'm saying? And so I have decided that I want to stop. And I had considered it a few days ago, and then I was like, no, or about a week ago, and I was like, no, but now I'm like, yeah. And part of it is because I am pretty sure I'm going to be moving to New York. And the whole culmination behind that is that actually, when I was having like sort of a crisis last Friday, of course, I started to look at New York apartments, and I actually realized that every time I have one of these crises where I want to move somewhere, I always look at apartments in New York, always. And so I want to move to New York, is what that says to me. And I've considered it before. I've talked about it before, and it seems like the place for me to go, really. And it just makes a lot of logical sense. And I've considered it. I put a lot of thought into it, and it's what I need to do. And I think part of it's scary for me because it's expensive, like it's not cheap for sure. It's cheaper than what I'm doing now, but it's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. And that's, it's a little scary to be like, I'm going to be living in probably a studio apartment because I don't want to live with roommates, and, paying so much money for it. And, how am I going to feel about that? And something has to give somewhere, though. You know what I mean? You can't have everything, because in New York, you have the social life, you have public transit that's actually freaking accessible. You have, so much activity. You have a huge network, you know what I mean? Opportunity, right? And so the sacrifice is the money. But then in another place, sure, it might be cheap, but you might be sacrificing opportunity. You know what I mean? So you have to, like, there's always pros and cons. So you have to see, like, if it makes sense and if that con is worth it. And in this case, it is worth it. And I'm making peace with the decision, and starting to think about what my life in New York is going to be like, because I'm also considering potentially getting a full-time job, which is shocking to me as well. And I don't know, maybe I'll end up like throwing that idea away, but I'm considering it for now. I think it might be a better idea, and I kind of want to see like what I can get, if that makes sense. Like I want to see now, especially that like almost a year has gone by since I'm done with college, especially once I actually move to New York. I want to see if that makes a difference, because I think it probably will. Um, and yeah, so I'm still on the trip though. I'm in Sedona, Arizona right now, and I will be going on a couple more jaunts because I have it planned out, and there's just things that I can't cancel, and so we're just gonna go through it. So I'm going on a press vacation to San Clemente, California. I don't know if I can talk about it yet, so I'm not going to mention specifics, but it's a press trip. It's like all paid for. Um, and then the second thing, and then from there, I'm going to Hawaii. Oh my God, I'm going to Hawaii. Um, so that's exciting, right? I'm going to Hawaii. I'm excited about that for sure. And then from there, I'm probably going to go to San Francisco, I'm thinking. And then from there, I'm going to go home for like probably like a week or so, just to kind of rest for a little bit. And then at that point, that'll be around the end of September. So I'll have been doing this for like 2 months. So that's a long time, to be traveling. So I feel like I'll have gotten my travel bug out and I'll be ready. I mean, I'm still going to go to Europe and I want to plan a Europe trip, but I'm not going to do it yet. And I do have my passport and that's waiting for me at home. So I will be able to do stuff like that. And I want to plan a birthday trip to I don't know if it's going to be Turks and Caicos, but I'm thinking Turks and Caicos, maybe Mexico. We'll see. But yeah, so I am definitely ending it though. I've decided this is what I need to do for my own sanity, and I just think I've exhausted my internal resources. Like, I am, it's just ridiculous how stressful this is, and how it's just, sorry, like a bug making noise. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that, and yeah,